This is the beginning of a new day. God has given us this day to do as we will. We can waste it or we can use it for some good purpose. But what we do with this day is important because we've exchanged a day of our life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, and I hope we don't regret the price we paid for it.
Hi, my name's Adame Beck. This is my third year on ASP, and I go to Wheatmore High School, and I'm going into 11th grade.
My name's Emmanuel. I go to Central Davidson High School. I'm 16, and this is my first time on ASP.
My name's Eli, and I'm 15. I go to Trinity High School. This is my first year.
My name is Kenna, and this is my first year of ASP. I'm 15 years old, and I go to Yadkin Regional Career Academy, and I'm going to 10th grade this year.
I am Lindsay Everhart. How many years have I done ASP? I don't know. There's some discrepancy about when I took off, but we'll say, I don't know, it's been a long time.
I learned how to do siding, underpinning, and fascia. And I also learned how to use a saw and a drill.
And I've done a lot of cutting, a lot of nailing, and a lot of measuring, all sorts of stuff, really.
And it's been a little bit tricky because of just the location of the house. We're on a pretty steep hill, so it's been sort of tight quarters and also a little bit precarious at times.
We had to have 20-foot ladders. I was on the wobbly one the whole time, too. It was really, really high, though. But if I don't look down, it's fine.
Chris told us that normally when you do siding, you only get it halfway done. We've done the entire house, so I'm really proud of that.
We're on a double site with another church, and their job didn't require like all the people on their team. So they actually came and helped us a lot, which was really, really helpful because we had a really big job.
Our homeowner, Miss Pat, has been excellent. She actually built this house when she was younger, obviously when she had young kids, and they started with one room, and she has, as she has had the paycheck, she has built on.
She has no air conditioning in the home. She has no insulation on part of the house.
She used to work Wendy's for, I think she said 30-some years. She's at Lowe's now, and so she kind of keeps an eye on things when they go on clearance. So like the paint in her kitchen was a clearance paint.
Waits at Lowe's until something gets returned and gets marked down and hopes it makes it through 3 markdown cycles so she can afford to buy it and put it in her house. But she could be on disability. She's not. Drives 40 minutes each way to go to Lowe's. She drives a truck with 330,000 miles on it.
The project that we're working on is something I think that at this point was a little bit bigger than she could take on. She's had some knee replacements, hip replacements, and so she's not able to really get around. As I mentioned, the yard is very slippery. And so we were able to do something that I think that at this point in her life she's not able to do, but we really truly are building onto her home. And you feel that from her, so.
And she was telling me yesterday that that when they come do the re-inspection on her house for the county for the taxes, she wondered if they would upgrade it from a livable shack, because it is technically classified as a livable shack. I've been really proud of our kids on our site and what I've heard about other sites this week. I've been really proud of how hard they worked, of what they've done under some pretty unusual circumstances. I don't know that it's been this hot on an ASP trip since Matthew Couple was on my team as a kid. It's been 6 or 8 years ago, and it was hot like this. But yesterday when we got back to the center at about 5:30, the thermostat in the car read 105.
We kept saying like it was like a wet blanket. It felt like we were like suffocating in it. But I mean, we made it work. We drank our water and Gatorade, made it work out.
My team's really amazing. I really see them as a family to me. They help me out through a lot, mental health-wise. They talk to me to help me, and they keep my mind straight when I get really frustrated, tell me to lock in, and I didn't know people could connect this way, and I'm happy I found out that they could.
I mean, Emmanuel's a really, really hard worker. He pushes himself a lot, and that's what he said one of his goals was to do that. Kenna's always willing to like nail in something for you or just do whatever you need. Eli was helping like level and do the siding with me, and we were kind of taking charge on that.
Lindsay is a very positive person, very positive about anything. Like there'd be some times when we would like get aggravated at certain things like we were doing. She just like, if we would get mad, she would just tell us to take a cleansing breath, and sometimes that would help. Sometimes it would make you more aggravated.
This is my first year back with Chris, so we don't get to spend as much time together as much as we used to, so this has been really nice to, this trip was always like a really special thing for us, so it's been great to be back with him and enjoy the week.
I really enjoyed working with Chris. He works really, really hard. He usually gets the harder jobs and does not stop till he's done. He's not just like showing you how to do things, it's like he'll show you and then like he like believes in you to finish it. And I feel like that's a really good trait about him, because I feel like he's really nice to work with, and I really enjoyed being on his team.
It is definitely not an easy thing to come and do, but it has certainly been, I think, eye-opening and hopefully life-changing for several different folks that I've talked to during the week.
I feel like I've just gained a really good like sense of confidence. I'm actually the oldest on my team, and I'm the only person who's been on my team before. I like kind of already knew kind of what I was doing, but also like Chris like trusted me to like help other people and like kind of like lead them in that way and like guide them. Felt like I like could actually like be a big part of the team.
Cade Penner. I'm homeschooled. I'm going to 9th grade, and I'm 14, and this is my first year on ASP.
My name's Caleb. I'm in 10th grade, and I've been on ASP for 2 years.
My name is Michael McNamara. I go to Wheatmore High School. I've been on this trip twice, and I am a rising senior.
Hey, my name is Deacon Denton, and this is my 4th year on ASP.
My name is Ryan Bonifay, and this is my first year on ASP.
My name's Luke. This is my 2nd year coming as a adult leader with Memorial.
None of us knew concrete. None of us know plumbing.
We were working at Lloyd's house here. We had taking out his tub and putting in an accessible shower, walk-in shower for him.
The job I liked best was putting in the shower.
And we're putting in a walk-in shower, so he has less risk of falling.
I had to go under a crawl space through a lot of spider webs and cut PVC pipe.
We got really lucky one day when we were under the crawl space. We had just enough pipe to get our stuff in, or else this would have been a 2-week thing and we would not be done right now. Right behind us is one of our side projects. We were told to stay in a ramp that was previously constructed.
That ramp was built last summer by ASP. His wife was diagnosed, Lloyd's wife was diagnosed with cancer, and unfortunately, she passed away before she was able to use it. They finished it the week she passed away. So he wanted it stained because he wanted it to look good, and he said one day he might need it.
I really like doing demo because there's not as much knowledge going into it. It's just like it's just going at it and like taking it out and not having to really think.
It's been really fun getting to know Lloyd and spending some time with him. He's been such a thoughtful homeowner. He'll come hang out with us and set up fans for when it's hot outside.
He went and asked one of his neighbors to borrow a fan, and so even in the hot heat, we had something blowing on us. I mean, it's in moments like that with Lloyd, you've really seen God kind of speak to you on, this is not something you're pitying the person you're working with. You're just having compassion for them, and they want to help you just as much as we're helping them.
Oh, we love Lloyd.
He's really cool. He cares about us too. He buys us pizza. He gives us like water, stuff like that. He helped us staining ramps, stuff like that.
Lloyd got us pizza for lunch.
It's 100 degrees this week, and he'll sit outside every day with us.
I enjoy talking to him. He gave us peach teas one day, and those are, oh my God, those are delicious.
All that he has been through, and you can still see that his heart is caring for others, and everything he's done for us, from getting a fan to setting up a tent for us to eat under so we weren't eating in the hot sun, just shows his character, and God showing through him to us.
We had an interesting team. Our team only consists of boys.
Ryan, Luke, Deacon, Caleb, and Michael, the blue-collar boys.
Blue-collar boys is a good group of kids.
Everyone worked amazingly hard.
Everybody's like talkative.
This week, I think we've worked together well.
I knew Deacon pretty well. He was on my team last year, and I've known him since he was a toddler. But the rest of them, you know, I know Michael. I know them all from the youth group, but they're harder to sit down and talk to sometimes.
I knew Deacon a little bit, mostly through knowing Rodney, but getting to know Caleb, Cade, and Michael has been great. It's 4 great kids that have really dove in head first.
I feel like I've made some connections that I don't think I would have made if I just continued staying with youth, because I got to hang out with these people all week.
Not only did they work extremely hard on the projects for Lloyd, they spoke with Lloyd. They got to know him, made sure at the end of a couple trips we asked them what they learned about Lloyd today, and they all had something. They all had something different. Nobody had the same thing.
Usually when we show up on a site, usually our job is, you know, we have to do something, you know, help the person by constructing stuff or building stuff. And I think we did a real good job at understanding that, hey, maybe it's not that we need to work hard and not talk to our homeowner as much and, you know, get all the work done and, you know, bless him that way. We should talk to him more. We should give him some interaction that he needed. And I feel like that made a great week for us and for him.
My name is Carter Metters. I'm 15 years old. I'm going to 10th grade. And I go to Westchester Country Day School, and this is my first year at ASP.
My name's Caden. This is my second year on ASP. I go to East Davison High School. I'll be a senior.
Hi, I'm Daylin. This is my 4th time at ASP, and I'm a rising senior in high school.
My name is Jack Toby. I have just graduated from Wheatmore High School, and this is my first time going on ASP.
I'm Alexis. I am a leader for ASP this year. This is my 3rd year coming.
I'm Matthew Couple. This is my 10th year coming on ASP. Me and Alexis were our team leaders.
Our project, we're building a ramp.
For the couple to kind of be able to get down easier without having to take the steps. So we're kind of extending out the front porch, and it's been pretty good.
We're gonna attach tread to the ramp so that they don't fall because they're an elderly couple. And then we're also attaching lights that are solar powered so they can see.
We had to do a little bit of rework, so it was a slow start in the week. We're putting some gates on to keep these dogs that keep walking around, keep them off our porch.
We kind of had 2 jobs because we were working on the site with another team.
We work at a double site, so my group is pretty much, we're building a deck with a ramp on it.
The other team had dug a ditch, like going all the way across the backyard, and filled it in with gravel and put pipes in it so it's for drainage.
We've been also digging up gravel, moving gravel in like an assembly line.
Moving gravel around the area so that's level, and they've been moving gravel. The other team was moving it, and then partially us to their ditch. And so it looks really pretty, it looks really nice. We had extra, so we were able to spread it in their driveway too.
It's not been easy, but it's fun.
And We've got a little last-minute plumbing repair that I'm waiting on parts for, which is great.
A few minutes later.
God moment, Rob's coming in the parking lot right now with, unfortunately, the wrong size plumbing because I told him the wrong number.
Oh.
So I've got that going for me.
Faye and Ed, I was talking to Faye the other day, and she told me that her and Ed met at church, and they got married at 7 years old. She said that he was dating another girl at the time, and whenever they broke up, he texted her right away, and they started talking, and then they kept talking and talking, and then they started dating, and then they got married at 70. She doesn't really like for ASP to pay for things. She kind of feels guilty for it, and she said that she is the type of person that gives, and she never gets anything in return. And she said that this was really special because she always does the giving, and nobody gives it back to her, so this was kind of special to her.
My team is Matthew, Alexis, Dalen, Jack, and Carter. I like my team. They're pretty fun, easy to get along with. They all work pretty well, and it's been a pretty good time working with every single one of them.
My team this week, they've all have worked very hard together. I was really impressed for their work ethic. I feel like everybody has gotten along with each other, and they've pulled it through. It's been very, very hot this week, and for them to just work so easily together, I'm very impressed. So
Matthew and Alexis have really been great. I think the best type of leader is somebody you can respect and feel like you can talk to. Somebody that garners respect and doesn't have to demand it, just receives it by what they naturally do. And I think they've done a great job at that. I think that they are both great people.
I feel like I got to know Alexis a lot better. Like, there's stuff, like, I've hung out with her before at youth and stuff, but I got to know her on a deeper level. And the same thing with Matthew, getting to see him in action, and really, I think he has a different role than he's had in the past. To see him take on that lead role, I really appreciate it, and I thought he did a great job as.
This is my first time having a double site. I didn't know what to experience when I came into it, but I've actually enjoyed it a lot.
It was great if we got into a position where we didn't need 6 people, it was great. We can get some of their team members if we needed it, or we could shed some if they needed it, and everyone worked super well together.
Having another team on our site helps the kids, not only just my kids, but other kids work together, and I think it helps them out a lot. And also I can not just learn more about my kids, but also learn about the other kids on our site. So
no one on a Sunday night at youth, none of these kids were going to hang out together. They're all kind of part of their own little group, and just seeing them, they're all hanging out, they're all having a good time.
I think that us looking out for each other is a thing that makes a team a good team, not how fast they work, not how good or how good they build it. And I think that's what our team does.
I get so caught up in the motions and the work, and I want to get stuff done and see that progress, that I kind of forget about other people and my relationships on the site and the people I'm with. And so that was a good time for me to reflect on okay, tomorrow I want to be better about talking to my teammates and getting to know them better.
The ASP just kind of makes you realize that you are capable of more than what you think you are, and the jobs that seem impossible, the jobs that seem very grueling, are actually not as bad as you might think. It also helps you realize that your limit is far greater than what you realize it is. I was pushing myself to what I thought was my limit, but my limit was more.
Hi, my name is Cabot Atkins. I am going to be a senior at Ledford High School. This is my first year on ASP. I'm 17 years old.
My name is Hudson Kuhn, or more formerly known as Harold. I'm going into the 9th grade, so this is my first year at ASP, and I go to East Davidson High School.
My name is Emily Haynes. I go to Lefford, and this is my second year on ASP.
My name is Channing Atkins, and this is my 5th year on ASP.
My name is Peyton Williams. I have been going on ASP for, I think, 16 years.
My name is Michaela McCullough, and this is my 12th year on ASP. 7 times as an adult and 5 times as a youth.
This week we are working on, our team was tasked with digging a 100-foot ditch and filling it with stone.
We dug a ditch behind the house, and then we filled it in with gravel.
For the first day, we're digging all day in the 1 billion degree heat. We dug a 95-foot, a little more than that, I think closer to 120-foot ditch by the time the ditching was done.
In the backyard, a little bit of like a 40-degree angle, so the water goes straight down for a storm. So we dug a ditch in between it. And so if water comes down, the water will hit the ditch and go down away from underneath the house.
The drainage ditch that we dug is probably about 125 feet, but it's not flat. It's on another hill. So you got the hill going up to the house, and then you got the other hill. And so luckily, Alexis and Matthew were very gracious and donated some of their children and themselves at times to help us.
We filled it in with gravel on Tuesday and Wednesday.
We had to lay down like this plastic stuff and then carry like thousands of buckets of gravel up and down the hill to load it into the ditch.
Once the gravel got delivered to fill the ditch that we dug, it could only go so far up the driveway, and so we were carrying it up to the ditch, like up the hill to the ditch, and then we had to continue our way to fill the ditch.
This is my favorite shovel.
We had an assembly line going at one point, but the kids were great. They delivered 6 tons of gravel, and it all got spread.
And we're working for a very sweet couple named Olafe and Ed. They've been married for about 16 years. They are 86 years old, and they live up on this beautiful mountain.
Right now, we have started on building a lovely staircase for them that is not as steep, so it's more accessible.
And they had a little bit of issue getting in and out of their house because it's very steep and hilly, and so they didn't have a ramp or anything to kind of help them as they're getting older get in and out of their home. So Matthew and Alexis's team were finishing out a ramp and doing kind of some grading, and then Michaela and I's team are putting in some steps that aren't so steep so that they can hopefully get up and down them a little bit easier.
We have done the demolition, which was very fun, not gonna lie.
Ed has been really helpful and knowledgeable around just the house and helping us with more technical things like how to get some water turned on so we can get some water to fill in some concrete.
He reminds me a lot of my grandpa, which is really sweet. He's got a lot of the same interests. He likes cars. He also likes to just work. He can't not do anything. Wednesday, I got to sit down and kind of I walked into his garage and I kind of just started talking to him and talking with him about his love for cars and old cars that he used to have and he would build and stuff like that, and his little projects that he makes with like whittling with his canes and making tractors out of old parts and stuff like that. It reminds me a lot of my pawpaw and how much he used to teach me about things, and it really just brought back a lot of memories.
There was one day that Miss Faye, she decided to give us some cookies, which was very sweet of her. She goes to Bible study on Wednesdays, and their house is really nice. It's really pretty. Her great-grandson lives with her. Yeah.
My team is with me, of course. Me, Channing, you know, the 8-foot-tall dude, Cabot, and then Emily. And then our counselors are Michaela and Peyton.
I was kind of concerned with my team because I hadn't really worked with them or talked to many of them a lot, and was kind of concerned with work ethic and stuff like that. But this week has been the best, like, flowing, and I hadn't had to worry about if I had help because every time I asked or was like, I didn't even really have to ask. I could just like be struggling and somebody would show up. So it was very nice.
With the double team being here, they're very helpful. They did help out with like a bunch of what we were doing. And my leaders are awesome. They're very encouraging, very. You will be able to build a lot of friendships and relationships here. It's nice to get close to people you weren't as close with. You will make new friends. You will, I don't know, it's just awesome.
Lots of hills and blind turns, and you don't really know what's coming around the corner. But the people who live up here drive on them all the time and are super confident, so I just kind of like stay as close to the edge as I can, which did end with a limb in the vehicle earlier this week, but everyone's fine.
I'm Xavier Kilmeyer. I'm a rising junior, and this is my 3rd year on ASP.
I'm Hayden McNamara. I'm 15. I go to Wheatmore High School. I've been on ASP 2 years.
I'm Cadence. This is my 3rd year on ASP. I'm going to be a junior at Oak Grove.
I'm Sam Baker. I go to Davidson Early College High School. I'm 15, and this is my 2nd year on ASP.
My name's Tyler. This is my 3rd year on ASP.
I am Summer Harris. This is my 10th year on ASP. My 3rd as a leader, I think, or 4th maybe.
Our project this week is underpinning.
We were working on removing older damaged like underpinning from a house.
We had to do demo and frame it and J-channeling and all the things.
We had a lot of dry rotted wood and a lot of stuff that needed to be replaced.
We took out all of the old tin and everything that was there.
We also then had to drill and rebar the 2x4s for the bottom and get that framing done.
And then we framed it all out by adding wood, and then we put in some J-channeling, and we're putting in vinyl, and we even added an access door.
We did have to make one access door that Sam Baker helped out a lot with. She mostly did about probably 60% of it, and all the other kids split the other 10, or whatever that math is.
The underpinning keeps water out and animals out from underneath the house.
Underpinning keeps the pipes from freezing in the winter and keeps out all the heat and critters and just protects everything under the house.
Our homeowners are very nice. We haven't had a whole lot of conversations with them, but when we have, they're very sweet. And they have 4 pets, 3 of which we see fairly regularly. All very adorable, super sweet.
This year our team was me and my wife Summer. This is our 2nd year being together on it as co-captains, whatever, leaders. This is our 1st year of having Summer being pregnant, so we have a team of 7 this year. Other than that, we have Xavier, Cadence, Hayden, and Sam. And yeah, all of them have been before, so all experience.
And so Cadence was kind of a last-minute addition because one of the other teammates stepped out, and so I think Cadence had like 2 days notice.
I got to be on Tyler and Summer's team, and Tyler's my brother. So this is our 1st year really together, and I had fun with that.
Tyler and Summer both taught me a lot of stuff about how to read tape measure better and cut stuff better.
I had Summer before in my 1st year when we were doing roofing, and she hit her thumb with a hammer and broke the nail. She might be one of the toughest people I know.
They all picked up on everything so quickly, and it's so impressive seeing how much they're able to get done on their own. And they do still come and ask for questions, and usually they'll want my opinion, and then I'll still go get Tyler for a second opinion, just so we're good.
Tyler, he's what every group needs. He's really funny, he's really smart. He didn't really do underpinning before this. He's done siding, which is similar, but he looked at the underpinning guide for maybe a minute, knew what to do immediately. We had questions, he knew how to do it, which is just crazy how we could process it that quickly.
This year for my team, with Sam and Hayden both being younger kids in the youth, but now turning into the older kids, I was telling them this whole week, I was like, y'all are gonna be the seniors before you know it. And this year, I felt like for both of them was a huge turning point. They went from last year maybe being more the helpers, they kind of just end up taking the role of, hey, I'm just gonna kind of pick up the trash as they're cutting and as they're doing stuff, or just maybe the easier task on the site. And it's not nobody necessarily says specifically, it's just kind of where they fall into. And this year I made it a big effort to be like, no, y'all are now needing to learn these things. And for the whole first day, I mean, it was Sam and Hayden together, and we had Cadence and Xavier on the other side of the house, and both of them were just doing their own thing.
I really like that I'm on this team. I feel like we all get along pretty well. This has been a great trip working with all of them. Tyler and Summer are really nice. They really make sure that everyone's getting involved and that everyone's able to do things, and making sure that you're not just doing it, but you know how to do it and what you're doing.
Me and Xavier got caught in a corner that was supposed to have some 2x4s under it, but they were all rotted and dried out, so it was really hard for us to get the framing right. But we problem solved that, so that was a really good moment whenever we finished.
They all get along and they crack up and they definitely keep us entertained.
My whole team has been on ASP before. We didn't have any first timers, so we all worked really good together and we all kind of jumped in and helped. There's no one that was really slacking off a whole lot. We made new friends, so that was really fun.
You get to learn how to do a lot of stuff, like building stuff, and being creative with the way you do it. You have to work really hard, and you can't quit.
My site is really interesting because it's right next to a road.
Our front yard area where we're working on the house here, the road's probably 10 feet away from us, and it's a very fast, high traffic road. So that's been interesting. And then the back of the house, we probably have maybe 10 feet, being generous, but probably less than that till it's right at the woods. And then on the other side, there's weeds taller than Sam that we had to go back there and weed eat all of them down, so we actually had somewhere to stand on that side of the house. Chris has always had a quote that he always shares on ASP, and that's kind of like what we try to base our week around. A big part of that quote is just realizing what a day in your life means. He's also been pushing a lot of, you bring the joy to the work site, you're gonna get whatever you put in out of this trip. The kids every single day really brought the joy to the work site of just, hey, if we come into this mindset of today's gonna be a great day, that's what this day is gonna be. No matter what happens, we're gonna have a great day.
My name is Grayson Denton. It's my 6th year on ASP.
My name is Katie. I'm going into 9th grade at Wheatmore High School. This is my first year on ASP.
My name is Rylan Parker. This is my 2nd year on ASP. I'm a rising sophomore. I'm going to be going to Yadkin Valley Regional Career Academy.
My name is Parker Bird. I am 16 years old. This is my 4th year going into ASP.
My name is Martha Jo Denton. I have been on ASP a number of times. I don't remember exactly how many, but the last one was 20 years ago before I had my kids. So this is nice to be back after a 20-year break.
My name is Rodney Denton. I've been on ASP 19 times with this church and then another 3 times with another church.
We're working on redoing the flooring in the house owner's bedroom. It was slightly slanted with rotted joists.
We had to clean the room out. There was a lot of stuff in that room, but we cleaned it out. And it was supposed to take us 2 days, but we're just so good that we did it in 1 day.
We're on a double team, meaning that a team from another church is doing a project right on the other side of our wall. They're finishing up a bathroom, and that has been really tight quarters because there's a really small, narrow hall that we've been having to share.
We had to take out the floor of the bedroom due to water damage.
In fact, Rodney fell through it, and it demonstrated that it was rotten, so busted out some of the flooring for us.
We are serving a family. The grandma is Miss Tina and her daughter Melissa, and they also have she has a granddaughter named Khaleesi, and really great family. They were serving us frozen popsicles the other day, and very grateful.
I usually make friends fast, especially of the 4-legged furry variety. We've got Roy, who is a very unfortunately long-haired dog, and then we've got Boss, who is a pit bull, who has the most beautiful smile.
We had 2 wild baby bunny rabbits. We had a pet bunny rabbit that the family had.
My team leaders are Rodney and Martha Jo Denton. And then I have Grayson Denton, Parker Bird, and Katie Priska as my teammates.
They're all really kind to me, and they help me a lot.
Katie's our first year person, and she, not every first year person handles the ASP experience the same, and so, but she has been fantastic. She dove right in. She is not afraid to get down in the dirt and do the job, and so she's been great. She and Rylan are hard workers, and so they are fantastic.
I was really nervous about coming, but I'm actually really glad that I did.
And that it can be hard depending on the job, but that the work that they do can pay off in the end.
This is the first time for my family that we have all been on the same ASP trip together. So Martha Jo and myself, and then Grayson was all on my team this year, but the twins were with us as well, and so they had their own teams.
I think our team's been working together beautifully. I personally don't think I could ask for them to work any better together. They've each had such respect for one another and for us, and Parker's done a great job of kind of taking the lead a little bit, but also kind of equipping people, which has been really nice.
We're relying on fans to keep us cool, which isn't really working because it's a not so wide fan, so one person kind of just takes it all up in the room. But fortunately enough, we are all very good friends, so if we need to share the fan, we will.
Getting to know others in a youth group that I usually wouldn't hang out with.
ASP is a very good key life things to know. If you want to learn how to use hand tools, electric tools, power tools, it's a great way to learn that.
You can be a blessing here. I feel like I don't really have that many skills, but I've been going to get tools for people, or I've been making sandwiches for people, or I've walked up and down this big old hill to get stuff from our van, or I've been petting animals, or making friends with other teams. So, it's not just about the utilitarian work. In fact, I think that's part of it. That's almost a side effect of it. But the biggest part of it is the relationships that we build with each other and how it grows our relationship with God, how it makes us more aware of our own blessings, and just aware of what a difference we can make on a daily basis just by tuning in and being present.
I love Whitney.
Rob and Whitney are awesome. I don't know where we'd be without them.
Whitney, we love you.
We were talking about how she always comes at the right time with the right energy and everything. She literally saves us from this heat because it is awful out here.
We blew up balloons and put them in Whitney and Rob's car.
So we are very blessed to have Rob and Whitney on the site. I think they both come with a very different skill set. We will, at one point we had a piece of wood that needed to be cut down with a handsaw, and Chris was too busy to help with it, and I just did not have the strength for it. And we had one of our strongest guys on the group working on it, and he was struggling. Whitney came in and proceeded to show us all up to the point where I think that they were all just baffled about, man, she's lifting weights or something. She's amazing. But I think they seem to come in at the time where we need it, where it's whether it be to come saw off a piece of wood that we've got to get down to put up the fascia, or whether it be coming in with the Luigi's to give us a moment to stop and have a nice treat, but also just take a break. We are fortunate to have a supply crew that also, not just supplying us with things, but also supplying us emotionally and mentally. They're a pretty critical member of our team.
The staff this year is just wonderful. It's, let's see, Allison is the center director, and then we have Austin, Emma, and Lucas, and they are all so lovely. They're working so hard.
I don't think we've ever had staff in our video.
I don't either. I was trying to sit here and remember it.
I don't think we have.
The staff was great. I was talking to the center director at the picnic, and so Allison is 20, and she's running a center that's got a minimum of 80 volunteers a week that are from different places that have different skill levels, and manages to make all that happen.
Coming out here for a week at a time and then going back to your home, you get a new perspective that you can bring back to your own community, and then you can maybe see things that you haven't before in the own place that you're living.
One of the reasons why I think people should come on the trip, support the trip, is it really is a transformational ministry. A lot of youth will talk about the impact that the homeowners had on them, but sometimes the impact the youth have on the homeowners is something that people forget about. At this house 2x4, the homeowner was telling us a little while ago that not only has her dog become more friendly to people and not terrified of everyone that walks in her home, but she herself has grown to be more extroverted and kind of love life, a little bit more. And she was saying that ASP really has helped her to grow.
Like every single one of the volunteers I've interacted with from your group has the servant heart and the willingness to just understand that things are going to happen, things aren't going to go the way they're planned. Since we're all here for the common goal, we're all going to figure out how to get to that goal together.
I don't know that I've ever thought about that recognizing that we're all on the same team to accomplish something. And I think when you recognize that, it's not just the work, you sort of treat each other with respect, and there's some kindness in that, and there's some grace when it doesn't go right.
It's understanding the fact that we're all here together as people. Yes, we play different roles in it, but all of the roles are necessary to get the job done. This is people to people, and we're all helping each other get the same job done. Volunteer for ASP with Memorial. Cut the video.
Thanks.
You know how we have those papers in the cafeteria with everybody's name on it, and you're supposed to write nice things? Well, I saw some people's with nothing on there. So yesterday I took every person's that had nothing on them, and I would write Bible verses or just something nice and kind to say, I hope your week's going good. I feel like that was God telling me to do that, and I felt good about myself, and I felt like I've been kinder to people, and I've definitely opened up. It's definitely out of my comfort zone, and I've been able to talk to people on my team that I don't ever think I would ever talk to.
It's definitely better than just sitting at home watching TV all day. This trip has changed me a lot. I see a lot of people I've made friends with that I never knew I could make friends with, and just getting me closer to God too.
It's been a great first time being on ASP. Honestly, I thought it was going to be way worse.
It sounds like, oh, you're just going to be working, but it's really fun. And yes, you're doing work, but because you're working with a team of other people, you get to have these shared experiences.
I think everybody with the opportunity to come on ASP should take it, just because it changes your perspective on things. It makes you very grateful for what you have. Loving your neighbor and having faith in God give you eternal satisfaction and fulfillment that temporary things will not be able to fulfill.
See, that was me, multiple years. I skipped out on coming on ASP, I think 3 times. And then I finally decided to come this year because Alexis and Summer convinced me to. The work really isn't that bad. You think it's oh, I'm going to be sweating. Well, you definitely do sweat, but you think you're going to be sweating in 100-degree weather, and we're not that far off. But you get new skills, new friends. You build better connections with people. You get to know them better.
I really appreciate all of the adults that come with us. Every single one of them puts in so much, and I feel like it's talked about, but I feel like it's not always really appreciated as much. Every single one of them takes off time from doing other things.
You go into the week not knowing what you're going to do on the job site, and then you come into it and you're oh, you need to know a little bit of construction, but it's not really all about that. It's more about, building connections and learning along the way, because everybody here doesn't really they don't know, coming into it first time. So I think it's just kind of cool how at the end of the week I know how to build a ramp, or I know how to do siding, or I know how to do underpinning or building stairs, and I think that's what ASP is all about, is the learning experience, but also building connections with other people and the homeowners too, and having dogs on our site.
We have had the grueling task of digging that ditch and filling that ditch, and quite honestly, I came in with a terrible attitude myself. I didn't vocalize it to anyone besides Chris and Peyton because I didn't want that to bleed into anyone else, but I was like, this is gonna be terrible. It's gonna be hot. I'm gonna have to dig. I don't like to dig. What do I do with this? How do I make this fun? But it has given us a lot of opportunity, and the kids did not complain once. They got here, we dug they had us scheduled to dig the ditch for I think maybe 2.5 days. They got that entire ditch dug the very first day, and we're like, we did it. And then we were like, well, now we gotta refill it. They're like, oh. They didn't know what they were in for. But then they did that, and I think God shows up in those moments. And while it wasn't the most glamorous task, so it allowed for those opportunities to have conversations with them, talk to them about their lives. I don't have a very close relationship with any of the kids that were on my team, like specifically, and so getting to know them a little bit better and why they're here and what they do outside of youth, and just, it's been a really good week. I've had a lot of fun with them and Peyton. So.
ASP is the type of mission work that is so impactful, work that I wanted to do, helping local communities get better, not taking a vacation as a mission trip, but a legitimate working hard, making sure that people who are in need are getting the help that they need.
I don't know if you can hear that or not, but a couple minutes ago, we're on a double crew with another church from Ohio. Beth is a minister from another church, and spent the week talking to our homeowner about her relationship with God, joyful and positive, and so just in a passing conversation, she mentioned that she lost a 2.5-year-old daughter about a year ago. It was just really powerful sitting out here with her and her sort of sharing that story at one point, and recognizing that this soon after that happening, she made a decision to load up with a bunch of kids and show up on the work site. One of her sons included in that. A kid who is reasonably quiet and a nice kid, and he is first-year kid that has kind of been a runner most of the week, and he was up on the ladder screwing a piece of fascia in, and he got it in, and the entire group erupted when he got it in. And I thought, man, that's really, like, he'll remember that. He'll remember that moment 10 years from now. And it was this tangible reminder that you make a decision to choose joy. We choose to be joyful, but we also make a decision that we choose to bring that joy to other people. Us carrying that all the time can prove to be a pretty powerful tool for when we talk about God's hands and feet. We owe it to each other to take care of each other, and I think it's what God calls us to do that in a meaningful way. God calls us to do that, and thoughts and prayers are great, but thoughts and prayers don't put siding on a house. But thank you to everybody that contributed to the trip, that donated money, that prayed for us, that showed up to wish us off when we left for the commissioning service, the folks that are going to help empty vans when we get back and help put them back together so we can return them. So it is truly a collective effort to make this trip happen. This is the 30th year we've done a trip, and so it is, anniversaries in general make you nostalgic about years gone by, but it is really a remarkable thing that our church and church family and community have supported this for as long as they have. Appreciative of the adults that continue to do this and have done it year over year. I am thankful for the kids that keep coming back and encourage their friends to come, and thankful for the parents that allow us to bring their kids up here. The relationships over the 30 years that have been developed in my life because of this trip and because of the opportunity to come up here and do it have changed my relationship with the church, both the local and the corporate. And I think that it gives me hope of what doing mission work and being in common struggle together can do to sort of forge important relationships.
You did great.
How about that?